welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Like and subscribe button. Here we have another crazy story, They say Larry Hoover has been behind the bars since 1973. Think about that. 1973. So that's a little over 50 years. I believe that might be 51 years. Think about that. And they said as the years went by, his jail cells got smaller and smaller and smaller. Unbelievable. Think about that. So they said Larry Hoover right now is in a maximum security prison. You know, in the real maximum security prison. Google it if you want to know which one he's in. But they said Larry Hoover, at the time when he was arrested in 1973, he was making about $100 million a year. $100 million a year. That much. He was making that much. He really was. At least that's what they're saying. And they said he had over 35,000, members, GD members. Think about that. That's basically, he had an army with him in a sense, a whole army. But unfortunately for Larry Hoover, they say he had a lot of influence over individuals, but for some strange reason, like what a lot of other individuals do, not just him alone at all, he decided to, you know what, instead of making legitimate money, he's going to go out of his way to commit crimes, murders also, you know that. And go behind the bars for so long. That's a long time. Believe it or not, Larry Hoover been behind the bars longer than maybe about 75% of individuals on the earth. Think about that. There's not a lot of individuals on the earth who's over 51 years old. There's really not. Think about that. But I was thinking about it, Larry Hoover, he had a lot of influence, they said, behind the bars and on the streets. $100 million, a lot of money to be making. I'm assuming Larry Hoover is probably thinking to himself right now, you know what? Wow. So much following I had, so much power. I had over 35,000 members in my gang. Making over $100 million a year, which is a lot of money. But think about that, though. Larry Hoover could have made the same exact $100 million a year if he decided to work in a more smarter way. Think about that. You saying F-Service TV, what are you talking about? I'm going to tell you right now. They said that Larry Hoover was in control of over 35,000 people. Think about that. Making over $100 million a year. That's not that much. If Larry Hoover said, you know what? I have 35,000 people following me. If each of those individuals were to get a job, and give me $51 every week. Think about that. I don't know. I've never been in the game before. I don't know how it works. But I'm assuming it's supposed to be, brotherly love. What do I know? Maybe it's not. But go back to my point. Larry Hoover had control of over 30,000 individuals. Let's do the math. So we have 30,000 individuals, okay, who's there for your best interest. Each of them will give you about $51 every week. So when times 51, how much is that? Wow, that's $1.7 million every week. Over 1.7 million. Wow. That's every week. Wow. 32,000, 35,000 people times $51. Let's do it for the month. Times 4. Wow. That's over $7 million every month. Wow. That's unbelievable. $7 million, over $7 million a month. Wow. Let's do that for the year. Times 12. Wow. That's $85 million right there. Wow. That's close to $100 million. Wow. No one lost their lives. Wow. I could do a lot with $85 million. Imagine if it was $52 a week. So basically, if Larry Hoover was using his mind in the right way, he actually could have made almost $100 million a year the same way without committing any type of crime. Think about that. Think about that. If he said to his followers, you know what? Give me $51 a week. Just for 1 year. Think about that. Just for 1 year. Imagine did it for 2 years. Larry Hoover's probably saying, you know what? I should have probably done things differently now, but unfortunately he's an old man now. Even if he were to get out, unfortunately, time doesn't wait for anyone, and time is mankind's worst enemy. One of them. Besides mankind, you know what I mean? Coming out as an old man is not the same as coming out as a young man. He's in his 70s. Most of us, I'm certain, his friends should be in their 70s also, or 60s, 80s. It wasn't worth it though. I wonder why he didn't do it the right way. So you know what? Let's come together. Let's chip in. $85 million. Unbelievable. Until next time, F Service TV, tell a friend, just talking. That's it.